back. Woo! Jacob survived the week in Spain. There was a lot of chorizo, cocaine, and strippers. Woo! And probably a few prostitutes, let's be fucking honest. He said that he was on a yacht with his dad. Yeah. That's what they all say, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mikey Mayhem Show. Bruh. Jungle is massive. Listen. You down there and you're looking at that subscribe button on YouTube, well, smash your head into it just like Jacob smashed his head in a pile of Colombian cocaine. And press that subscribe button and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. And if it's not 5 stars, I don't want it. Also, if you want a weekly bonus episode where we go wild, if you think this is crazy, bro, you have no idea what's happening over there. Jacob records this podcast butt naked on the Patreon. Patreon.com/mikeyanek starts from £1 a month. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, this week we have another guest that I actually may interview because this is the second time I'm meeting him in my life, so we're gonna get to know each other. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest for this week, Harry Bikini Stachini. Yes,
mate.
lad, let's go.
What an intro. I mean, I've started podcasting in my time, but never with that much energy.
I forgot your surname. It's complicated, bro.
I know. You said bikini and then still went Stachini.
Well, you said bikini Stachini.
Stachini.
Bikini Stachini, sorry.
Yeah.
It's complicated, bro. Are you Italian or something? What's happening?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, I've had people butcher my second name. Like, people abandon it when introducing me. Just be like, Harry, everybody.
Harry S.
Yeah.
Harry S. Everybody. Can I just say that your voice doesn't match your outfit right now? Like,
Really?
you're therefore dressed like a scouser, yeah, who's going to the gym, who's going to sell me drugs or something. You're right there, lad. You know what I'm saying?
I got told I dress like a dad.
Who's going camping or something.
He's going camping.
Hiking.
Mate, like, how old are you, by the way, Mike?
The very old 32. I'm going to be 33.
32. Right, I didn't think you were 32. Do you know how old I am?
29, 30.
27.
Yeah. It's the glasses, mate.
It's the glasses. Well, mate, people say I went through a phase where people kept saying you give off a dad vibe, and I was like, I've not got any fucking kids, not that I know of. Right?
Yeah.
But I was like, that's not a vibe you want to give off at 27. You know what I mean? And now as a single man, I mean, yeah, you definitely don't want to give off a dad vibe because, you know, I don't really fancy taking women home in the 40s. Right?
Hey, mate, you never know. I'm into old women. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Don't discriminate. Come on, lad. They have sweets and snacks in their purse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they've also got children that are like not too younger than I am. And I'm a bit like, I don't really fancy having more in common with a kid. You know what I mean? I'm older women. No, not for me. I've been talking a lot about this shit on stage at the moment, like fetishes in general.
You are the right podcast because we're all about older women and sexual bizarre fetishes.
Okay. Well,
literally.
I like what I've been saying is I'm going to do the bit, right, but I just basically say that I was on Tinder, right, and a girl on her profile had like a picture of obviously her face. That was one picture of her face, and then in the next 4 pictures were of her feet. Right?
Oh
yeah, I was a bit like the fucking arrogance to put a picture of your feet on a profile and be like that will lure people in. But obviously there's a market out there for people who like feet.
Yeah,
and what I've realised is when I say this on stage, I go, women in the room, give me a cheer if you've ever had a man who's into your feet. There's fucking loads of them.
Is there?
There's literally loads of them, yeah. And like there's some women that are really like open about it and be like, yeah, I wasn't into it, but let him do it. And then there's other women that go, yeah, someone was. And I go, do you want to explain that? And they're like, no. And I'm like, I feel like there's total horror in your head that you're just not willing to share. But I just don't get feet. I've never looked at a woman and thought, you know what I mean? From the ankles down, you look unreal ever.
Yeah.
But feet are feet, like, yeah.
There are people who are into feet, and those people should be put on the list. Okay, can we just be honest? Because how the fuck we always talk about sexual fetishes on this fucking show? I want to make this family friendly. I want to get monetized on YouTube. Play the Teletubbies theme song. Come on, Jacob.
There's got a girl told me in the crowd. She said that her ex-boyfriend made a point that there's science behind it, right? And I thought, I can imagine him with a hard-on, completely naked, going, there's science to this, right?
With the lab coat, with the lab coat and the fucking whiteboard.
They've done research. Just let me fucking come, right? But she was saying that it's when the feet cross over. Apparently there's something about feet crossing over that is sexual. But I don't know, like I've never...
Your feet are crossed over right now. I don't have a boner.
Have you?
I have half a boner right now. Not a full-on boner. I'm not a freak.
Yeah. It's a bit too early in the podcast, you know what I mean?
No, bro, we talk about everything over here and give a shit, you know what I'm saying? But how it always about sex, god damn it, I want to talk about something different. We tried to talk about geography once, and with Liam Tuffy, that's the only time we talk about non-sexual stuff. Okay, let's get into it. What do you do with a foot? Because...
What do I do with feet?
No, not you. Oh, okay, what do you do with a foot?
I put socks on them, and that's as far as it goes. Like I don't touch them, I don't sniff them.
But you kind of look like a guy who been to feet, bro. Let's be fucking honest.
Do you know what? If I'm dead honest, when it comes to like, I think I'm pretty vanilla, right? And I think there is maybe I've just not found my fetish. Right, and that's terrifying because it could be anything. You know what I mean? Like literally anything. But I've just now. Yeah, but there's just like there's some people are dead into like role. I don't get role play at all. Like when people dress up as something because if it's bad acting, it's going to put me off.
But what if they're like failed theater actors or failed stand-up comedians, but they still have that urge to perform inside?
Yeah.
And there's like, well, I don't have an audience, so my missus, she's going to sit there and I'm going to pretend that I'm a firefighter or something,
I mean,
what about these people?
You want to like support their career, but at the same time, if you're not paying to watch them in a performance, I'm not gonna fuck them for free. If they're like, I'm into role play, I'm like, you're gonna have to pay me to fuck you. All right? The arrogance of that. But yeah, I don't get role play. I mean, have you ever been with a girl and like whoever? For instance,
this is a very weird conversation for second date, ladies and gentlemen. I just put it that way. This was a second date. It's like, what the fuck, bro? Well, I'm not the type of guy. Jesus.
I was in a situation one time where a girl was like, "You can do anything," and I was a bit like, "We've literally just met."
Ooh.
You know what I mean? She was like, "You can do anything," and I was like, in my mind, I'm thinking. That's.
She's a fucking slag. Let's be honest. I mean, that's the clip. That's the clip for Instagram. Let's go. Can we just be honest? Can we be honest? If somebody says to you on a first date, second date, or whatever, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever. I'll get scared because like when you go to a place, ice cream place, and they have 97 different type of ice cream. I literally leave because I'm like, there's
too much choice.
I don't know what to do. I get frustrated.
I know.
Same.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's
Good.
what I mean.
You sorted it out now.
Yeah. We've got to the bottom of it.
No, but finish the story. I'm just joking. I'm interested. So what happened?
What happened was I was like, I'm just happy with what's happening right now. She kept being like, no, you can do whatever you want. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you clearly want something that I am not providing right now. Right? Okay. No, you can do anything you want. Like, get another guy in here.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just like, I was like, I'm happy with how things are right now. And she just kept saying it. It got to a point where I was just like, I mean, I feel like what you want, I am not the man to provide, right?
I'll call my cousin.
Yeah.
So hold on. Okay, so where did you meet her? Was it like in a bar or Tinder or how did you?
Yeah, I just met her on a night out.
I've never done that before. I don't. The thing is, because like my strength, quote unquote, is in kind of this talking and being funny and having personality. So when I go to a club, I'm 5'3", 5'4" on a good day. So, and I'm small. It's loud music. So the only advantage I have, which is sense of humor and personality, is wiped off straight away. So I've never in my wildest dream went to a night out or like a loud club and go and try to take a number or talk to a girl. Not in a million years.
I mean,
so sorry to interrupt, but like, seeing guys doing that, I'm like, those people who go to safari and watch like lions fight or something, or you're like, wow, and taking pictures and stuff. This is how I feel. Like, this is unbelievable.
Well, okay, I'm similar to you though in that sense that I would never ever go on a night out with the idea of going like you've got to pull ever. I go out to enjoy myself, and I think if you have a good time and you're not trying, then people enjoy people who are having a good time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm out with my mates, and if someone's there, someone's not, that's fine. You just like, it is what it is. But obviously, it's the worst place in the world to pick someone up in a nightclub, without a shadow of a doubt. And that's coming from a man that has fuck all experience of doing that to like a serious level.
Really?
Yeah.
How about this girl though? Or was it just like a pub? Or
it was just like right place, right time.
Okay.
Having a good time, bump into someone.
Okay, so let's get all the details out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's know everything about this story. When did you meet her? When was it?
Let's just say it was in the last 6 months or so. Do you know what?
Really?
I did not think that in the first 10 minutes of this I was going to be divulging all of this.
Bro, you need to do some prep. You need to watch the Mikey Mayhem show, bro. Subscribe to the channel as well. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's why I send you. I always send them information. They never read it.
No,
I sent like a paragraph. There was like, cool, man. Just send me like a little thumb.
The blue thumb. The blue thumb.
Everybody sends me blue thumb. They sit here and they're like, oh, what are we doing again? And they were 5 minutes and they're like, wow, this is fucking weird, mate. And I was like, I told you. You've read it.
Mate, I would love to be with you at like a weird after party, right, when it's like 4 a.m, right? Because the fact you got shades on now, at 4 a.m, I think all you'd have on is the shades. You know what I mean?
Yes, Harry, bring it on the heat. Let's go, butt naked, bro. Patreon, we're doing this butt naked. Jacob, you as well over there, but don't touch yourself over there in the darkness.
But
fuck yeah, dude, I love it.
I mean, this is. I'll tell you this, right? Okay. I did a gig on Saturday night, right? And this was literally, Saturday just gone. I was in Bradford, okay, and obviously, you do comedy. If someone said to you, the gig is a boxing match the boxing match happened on a Saturday. Tyson.
I watched it. Yeah.
Okay. So
look at bang.
He knocked him sparkle, mate. Knocked him sparkle. So I got invited, or I got booked to do this gig in Bradford, which was a pub on the outskirts of Bradford, right? No. And I'm the only act on. So they wanted me to do half an hour, right, before the boxing match. And I got to the venue at 7:00, and the guy that runs the gig and the pub, nice guy, and he was like, right, so we'll get going at 7:30. He said, when I introduce you, right, what I want you to do is come up and take the microphone off me. And I was thinking, well, obviously, you know what I mean? What the fuck else am I going to do? And this room was 47 men, right?
Yes.
And me.
Yes.
And like 47 of the whitest men you have ever seen.
So we're going to book all of them on this show, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to get in trouble with the woke people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anybody else. Like in Liverpool, everybody's white. Leave me alone. Twitter, fuck off. Elon Musk saved me. Go on.
These were white guys, right? And I got up there 7:30, right? And the introduction for me was, ladies and gentlemen, your act for this evening is a comedian, fantastic comedian. He's recently done the Edinburgh Fringe. And then someone said in the crowd, well, who did your Fringe? Right? That then got a massive laugh, right? And then he goes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Harry Stachini, right? So I then walk through this curtain that is partitioning these 47 fellas and a pub, right, where there's football playing and all sorts. It's not like the right mood for comedy. And I walk in and I'm like, my first thought is, it's fucking white in here. Like, the whitest men you've ever seen.
Nice.
And I get up there, I've got a radio mic. So like, obviously they're notorious because they just shit and cut out all the time.
Is that the one without the...
No cable.
Oh, that's
no cable.
horrible. That.
So I get up there and... I say, how's it going? You all right? Yeah. And, like my style's pretty conversational. And they're all like looking at me. And I should say, before I went on, they had to turn the boxing off, right?
What are you doing to the poor guy? Jesus.
Mate, the boo that came from the boxing getting turned off. I was sat there thinking, they're fucking booing before I'm even on stage, right? Stage, it was carpet. That's what I was on. I was not on stage.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there, yeah.
On this carpet, looking at, 47 of the whitest men. And, I said to him, I was like, this feels like a stag do. And 4 of you have brought your wife, right? Like, it's the mood is not comedy.
Yeah.
And it took me 15 minutes to get through one joke, right? I was booked for half an hour, right? 15 minutes to get through one joke. And every time I'd start something, like someone would chirp up, right? And I'm having like put fires out all over the room, right? And I'm holding my own, but I'd say for the first 10 minutes, it felt like the first 6 rounds of a boxing match, right? And I was on the ropes, right? Like, I'm fucking roping open.
Style,
yeah, mate. Yeah. But I'm taking digs.
Bobbing and weaving,
I'm taking digs. And they're looking at me like, he's still fucking standing. Like this. And at one point, some guy just went, no, so the mic cut out, right? So the mic cut out and I was like, you need to go and get another battery pack, right? So because I had it in mind, I was like, this is not working. The lady who's like running the pub at the time goes, well, why don't you just shout? And I was like, well, I have been, but with the fucking microphone, right? So if I've not got the mic, what do you want me to do? So she goes, I'll go and get it sorted. So she goes to the other end of the pub, right? And I'm like going, where am I? Like, right, hang on, let me carry on, blah, blah, blah. And I've got these fellas who are just chirping in and chirping in. They look like 47 of me dad, right? That's like the
a lot of disappointment, baby. Let's go.
It was like the gig had been sponsored by Stone Island, right? Like, when I mean it was white, it was fucking white, right? And I told them that. I said, it's really white in here, and they did not like it.
Yeah. Oh, big fucking surprise, bro. When somebody's like bashing you for, oh, you know the thing that you cannot change about you? I don't like that. Yeah, what the fuck you expect going
But usually, if you just be like, it's white in here, people go, yeah, do you know what it is? But when I went, it's white in here, and the silence was, and that's how we like it, right? and that was,
yes, Bradford, let's go, baby. Book me for that fucking gig. I'll show you a good time.
that was the air of it, and I was like, oh fucking hell, right, okay. Like if there was any more bald men, this could be a rally, right? So I've by this point I've done like 15 minutes. The microphone's getting fixed on the other side of the pub, and I then hear through the speaker, because it's a wireless mic, a conversation happening at the other side of the pub because they fixed the mic, right? So I'm like, da 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 da, and then I hear, and then he said, and I'm like, what the fuck is that like? So they come back in with the microphone, and at this point, someone said to me, why don't you just sit down to me, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
And I was like, I went, not a chance. I said, right, I'm earning me money. I said, there's 47 of you, there's one of me. I went, I'm standing me ground. I swear to God, I actually took on this position, like, but with a microphone.
Karate stance. Bruce Lee style, let's go, baby. Bradford, I'll take all of you.
And they were, they were laughing with me, but I'd say more so at me, right? But eventually, it kept going and going and going. And I said to him, I was like, you've got to let me just get through one joke. Let me do one joke, right? And every time I'd start something, someone else would chip in and chip in and chip in. And we got to 25 minutes, right? And I'm thinking, right, 5 minutes and the money's mine. And I did this last joke, right? And I mean, it worked. It got a laugh. And then they said to me at the end, I'm going to say that this has been a 1-1 draw. And the guy who was giving me shit all night went, do you know what, mate? 2-1 to you. And I was like, I'll fucking have that. And I said, fellas, I will never, ever forget this gig, because what it feels like is you've brought a young boy who's got a dream and you've just demoralised him.
You're almost 30, mate. Okay, let's go. You're not a young boy anymore.
After that gig, I'm fucking 40 now, right?
Jacob's 20, 22, 23. He's a young boy.
I know. Fresh face, Jacob.
Yeah, he's a young boy.
How old do you think I am, Jacob, if you didn't know me?
I thought you were my age, to be honest.
See, look at that. Someone thought I was fucking 38, mate. I was not having that.
Jesus, man. It was one of the guys, one of the 47 lads.
It was a kid I used to teach.
Ah, is it?
Yeah.
So what type of... Oh, okay, so before we continue, I want to ask you about the teaching and stuff, about working with kids. So... I don't know, man. Like, we usually don't talk about comedy. I forgot to tell him, you know? Like, it's all right.
It was the maddest gig I've done.
No, it's all right. Because, we did like, 20 minutes.
Sorry,
this.
mate.
No, it's okay. I completely forgot to tell you. But you're not going to read it anyway if I send you a text, so who cares? No, I'm joking. I'm just messing. Yeah, this is a fun second date, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joining. I'm learning a lot of stuff about you, The thing about gigs like this, I think some people forget that, like, we think like, oh, we're comedians, so, this is my set and I go and perform my set. No, we're how'd you go? Jesters? Yeah.
Jesters.
And we're trying not to get beheaded tonight. So I did a gig, like Mother's Day, and it was probably 200 or 150, 300, I don't know, in this massive ballroom. Pissed out of their mind women.
Where's this?
Oh, somewhere in a pub in a fucking neighbor. Anfield, near Anfield or something.
Right. Okay. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we just walk in. I hear them.
A Mother's Day in Anfield. I'm going to say that is statistically probably the youngest average audience.
Yeah.
Mothers on a Mother's Day.
Everybody's at 14.
Yeah. One of them's doing their fucking homework. Like.
All the grandmas at 36. You're like,
wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's unreal.
So
generations of mums together.
Yeah. Amazing. So you go inside and nobody, they're just talking to each other. It's crazy, right? So you cannot go expecting like, I'm going to do my set. So you need to know, because sometimes I think we forget, or maybe it's like everybody's different, but we forget where we are. So if
you have to be present,
you walk into a situation like that, nobody wants to hear about your poop jokes or like about your relationship with your missus or whatever, or your dog, like fucking falling down in glitter or whatever. Nobody cares about that. So when you go, same as like, I've never done corporate gigs, but if somebody wants to book me, That's the easiest gig ever. You just go and you just make the most low-hanging fruit jokes, like, hey, probably they're having an affair, secretary and boss, he has a coke habit. You just take the piss out of them and they love it. So when you go to a place like that, you don't be like, okay, so much. No. You just start, the boxing is off, like, look at this fucking guy. He's done 12 rounds with Tyson Fury. Look at that fucking nose, and you just keep on roasting them and they love it. That's it. Nobody wants to hear
Mike,
material.
I thought I was setting a nice tone when I went, it's white in here. You know what I mean? Usually that people go, yeah, but no, they, as I say.
So working class pub of white men, what do you expect? They're going to be like, yeah, we're shit, mate. No, they're going to be like,
Bradford as well. Bradford is a massive Asian population, but I mean, it's like this pub had built a wall around it.
Yeah, well, see, if you said that would be funny. That's fucking funny, I
mean, I think it's...
Donald Trump is the contractor of this thing, innit?
Yeah, fucking hell. Imagine if Donald Trump moved to Bradford, that would be
amazing. That should be a reality show. I think, because, he's not the president anymore. Can somebody build him like a White House, some replica White House in Florida, put cameras just literally like this. So this is his desk, and somebody tell him that he's still the president, and just the whole show is just him, just ordering McDonald's for the White House and stuff,
wasn't it that for 4 years, but actually in the White House?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
People were like, oh, fuck me, this guy's still here, man.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest, the politics was shit, but it was fucking entertaining because there's nothing on Netflix, okay? And they're tanking big time. I don't know if you see what happened with Netflix.
Yeah, they've lost it. Well, they're putting the price up. It's like 19 quid a month now.
They were like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put the price up. We're going to continue making these stupid shows, like this woke nonsense. Oh, yeah, and you won't be able to share the password with, with family and stuff. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that will go fine. And they fucking lost, 200,000 subscribers in a day, and their stock price fell down by 45% or something like that.
So they're making the password thing so it can...
You cannot share it anymore. I mean, they're working on it right now. They're developing it, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's I didn't know that was a thing. I know, because I have... I pay for Netflix in my house, right? Not that I'm fucking showing off there.
My missus pays for mine.
But that's what I mean. So I have, on my profile, there's obviously me, right? Harry, yeah, because I put my own name on it, you know what I mean? If I'm paying for it, I want my fucking name on it.
Oh, of course.
And then I've got me mum, right? And then me dad.
Yeah.
But I should say my mum's profile is me mum's partner's name, right? And obviously when you open Netflix up, it says Harry, Jacko, and then my dad's name, right? And it's dead funny because my dad rang me and was like, Harry, I've just seen on your Netflix. He said, do I have to be next to him on profiles? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, I just don't like that we're next to each other. I was like, fucking grow up. You know what I mean? You're 65, mate. He's like, can you not just go between us? I was like, I said, Dad, I love you both exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
I wind him up all the time. I'm like, yeah. I sent him a Father's Day card one time with the wrong name in.
Did you?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I said to Ian, right? I was like to Ian, and me dad was like, "That's fucking funny, isn't it? Yeah, it's clearly not my fucking name, is it?"
What's his name?
Martin.
Martin.
Yeah.
So what does he do for a living? He retired now.
Yeah, retired. Yeah.
What did he used to do before that? I feel like I'm doing crowd work stuff.
He was in the army. He was in the army.
Oh, really? Really? What position?
He was in the Royal Signals. So he was a sergeant.
Royal Signals.
Yeah. So they're nicknamed the Blips. Yeah.
Oh no! What the fuck is that? Royal Signals.
Yeah. So basically, they set all the comms, all the communication.
So you can say that you're in the army, but without doing the badass stuff, like getting shot at and shit like that, killing people,
armored, infantry. But yeah, Royal Signals.
But he's not on the field just shooting at people for no reason. He's just like...
I mean, no.
Oh,
no. He's the guy walking around going, I can't get signal, right? Like
oh my fucking God. Yeah, that's exactly... You kind of dress like a signal guy. Because I imagine...
I dress like a signal guy.
I imagine that their uniform is kind of... The casual uniform of the signals is probably something like this.
What, just very neutral colours?
Well, yeah, they're like greenish and stuff. They all have glasses, deep voices, like, can't get signal. Because, there have to be some sort of insecurity with that job. Because when you go to a pub and you're like, hey, look, I'm a colonel, lieutenant, whatever the fuck, I'm in the army. She's like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. And they were like, oh, what do? Do you snipe people? You're like on the Marines and shit, choking out Talibans. No, babe, I'm fucking signal, And they do like a deep voice on purpose, bro. I'm telling you.
My dad has like a voice for radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
literally a voice for radio.
Well, of course, because he get no fucking signal, mate.
Like,
you know?
Yeah, up next, we've got an airstrike coming in. You got your request, send them in. It's late night radio on the battlefield fronts.
Yeah. I mean, that British accent, man, is such a privilege, you know what I mean, around the world.
Well, can I ask, right? Because obviously, you're Romanian, right? No? Bulgarian.
Jacob, stop the camera, Jacob.
Bulgarian?
Bulgarian.
Sorry,
yeah,
Bulgarian. Right.
Same shit,
My
mate.
bad.
It's-
There was,
Who gives a
there was
fuck?
a guy in the sat in the front row of my gig last night who was Bulgarian, but then the table behind him
was
were
it?
Romanian. And it was mad, right? So I said to the Romanian, I said, where are you from? He said, Wales, right? And then he started speaking, and I was like, you don't sound Welsh, but I wasn't going to pull him up on it. I thought maybe he just thinks he's Welsh, you know what I mean? But he didn't sound Welsh, you know what I mean? And then I was like, so what are you doing over here? And he was with his sister and his sister's boyfriend, who she was Romanian, but the fella was from Brussels, right? He's
Belgium.
Belgium, yeah. Belgique.
Okay.
They're in a relationship, and I said, all right, so you're basically just out on a
Third
date.
wheel.
Yeah,
Third wheeling, just holding this relationship together.
making
like,
sure your sister's okay,
like
right?
glue, yeah.
And I said, so,
Nice.
but your sister lives in Belgium, and none of them lived in Manchester. That was a bit that confused me. I was like, so why are you here?
In a
And
random
they said,
pub on a Sunday.
yeah.
Is that the Sunday gig, right?
Yeah, Castlefield,
okay,
Castlefield
yeah.
Comedy Club every Sunday, baby.
Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah, the Dream Factory. Come check it out.
Check it out. It's a tough room. Just letting you know. It's a fucking rough room. You better be experienced. That's why he said it's not an open mic, because you're going to die on your ass.
I say that all the time. People go, can I do your gig? I'm like, it's new material. It's not open mic.
No,
Like,
you don't want to do that gig, mate. You got to be fucking ready.
Yeah, mate. If you can do that, you can do Bradford. All right. And I said to the guy, I was like, so why are you all here? They said, our mum and dad live in Manchester. And I went, what part of Manchester? And they went, Wigan. I was like, that's not fucking Manchester. Like you. They were like, no. And I was like, Wigan's like 17 mile that way, right? But the geography was way off. But yeah, basically.
But did you speak to the Bulgarians, though?
Yes, I spoke to the Bulgarian, yeah.
So hold on. So that was the Romanians.
Sofia?
Sofia, the capital. Yeah. Okay, so that was the Romanians, the Wales and all that stuff, right? Table behind them. How about the Bulgarians? What was their story?
So the Bulgarian, whose name was Omar, I just fucking remembered that, was on a date with an American girl called Helen, and it was their second date. And I was like, Omar had like, he was like a spy. He had this like fucking really calm persona to him that just made me think like, yeah, he was quite suave. But then Helen, who he was with, she was an American, and Americans usually have loads of energy. You know what I mean? But she was like, no.
Exhausted from this fucking guy.
Yeah, no. The second date, I was like, I said, has anything ever happened? And they were both like, no, like literally like second date. And I said, how did the first one go? She was like, well, good enough to have a second, but in a tone that was like, leave me the fuck alone.
Oh, really? He was one of those. Yeah, I know.
No, not him.
Tough
Her.
guys.
He was very approachable.
How was it? Okay.
Helen was the one that she kind of lightened up as the night went on. But yeah, I was like, I'm not trying to like fuck it up. Like, if you want to both have sex with each other, shag away. You know what I mean? Just
right here on the stage. I'll move to the side. I'll film. We make some content.
But if you're into feet, I'm not having it. All right? Get on me gig.
Go back.
But we had a really like it was like the UN last night. We had Belgiques, Romanians, Bulgarians.
So let me just tell you this. So I left Bulgaria when I was 21, right? And I've been here 11 years now. So so for 21 years living in Bulgaria, maybe things have changed, but trust me, I've never met or heard any Bulgarian named Omar.
Right,
so
okay.
I don't really think he was Bulgarian.
What's like a bog standard Bulgarian name?
Ivan.
Ivan.
Georgi. Yeah.
Classic. Kostadin.
Like Kostas, they have the Greek is Kostas, but we have Kostadin. Yeah.
Now, Kostadin sounds like something you get in a bakery.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 Kostadins, please.
What else?
What's a bog standard? Because like Smith is a very British second name. So like what's
Ivanov, Popov. Yeah.
Popov.
P-O. There was Stilan. Was he?
Petrov.
Petrov, Petrov. Petrov is very
good player.
popular. Yeah. Berbatov, like we had Berbatov. He played for Manchester. Dimitar Berbatov. Dimitar, it's super popular name.
I like the name Dimitri.
Yeah. Dimitri, Dimitar.
So you're getting him on there. Dimitri's number 3. Ivan. Georgi.
Yeah.
Georgi.
Yeah. Georgi.
I wonder where Mike is on this list.
Stefan.
Mikhail. Yeah, Mikhail is old school name, to be honest with you. Stefan, yeah.
Alexander.
Alexander, yeah, of
That's
course.
my middle name, man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've never heard of a guy called Omar. So I think
You think he's lying?
either he's lying or what happens is because Bulgaria is in the European Union and we have a lot of people from so Turkey is a big country, right? We have Turkey, Albania, Macedonia, Syria, Middle East and stuff, right? And for them to get into the European Union country, it's a bit difficult if you don't have the visa. Because when I came here, this is before Brexit, I literally got on a plane and I came here. I just go to the border, boop, 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 just show my stuff and just...
Easy as that. Wow.
Dead easy. While some people are literally crossing deserts and on boats and stuff and getting beaten up. You see the refugee stuff. So difficult. But if you have Bulgarian citizenship, you have EU citizenship. And I saw this mini documentary about apparently it's dead easy to get a Bulgarian citizenship because it's such a small country and we need more numbers.
Right, okay.
And we need some good football players because we fucking suck. So they literally, I'm not joking, they literally accept everybody. There was an American guy called Pierce Lauderdale back in the day.
Right.
He was this giant basketball player from America, this black dude. He was 7'1", I think. And he didn't speak a word of Bulgarian. He didn't know anything about Bulgarian and he played for a local team. In Bulgaria, they gave him citizenship and he officially became the tallest Bulgarian because he was 7'1".
Right, okay.
And they gave him so he can play in the national basketball team. He didn't know a single word. He was going, people are singing the national anthem at the game and stuff. He has a translator next to him. So he's explaining what's happening. He has no idea. So I guarantee you that Omar is probably not Bulgarian. I mean, born in Bulgaria or he just take the citizenship because that name is non-existent.
If he comes back to the gig, I will go full border control on him, right? And I will be like, what is your real name?
Why are you here? What's your surname? No, because Omar is a very I don't know, we don't have these names, they're very sometimes we have which is kind of sad because when I go back, my sister, she's very young. We have 20-year difference and stuff.
Right.
And when she tell me the names of her, classmates and stuff, they're all Angela and James and Benjamin. Yeah. And I was like, why? And they said, well, because when the kid grows up, when they move out abroad to live, it's going to be easy for them to assimilate. And I was like,
is that kind of expected then that you're meant to leave Bulgaria?
It's kind of sad, this is what I did, but
is that because there's not a lot of opportunity or?
Yeah, man, it's just, Eastern Europe, it's rough out there, Yeah, here's just way better. That's why I'm here,
Fair enough.
Still all the podcasting jobs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
so,
a good thing, though.
But yeah, Omar is therefore agent or spy or something like that. I've been watching a lot of James Bond movies lately, and I'll be honest.
Maybe he's the new Bond. You know
maybe,
what I mean?
yeah.
And he picked up his Bond girl, Helen.
Yeah,
who's already American. And has an attitude of do not fucking talk to me.
Yeah. But he probably scored, if not that night, in a few nights, because Americans are obsessed with Europeans and Europeans,
really?
When they go to America. Yeah, because I watch a lot of podcasts and stuff and they're like, oh my God, European man or whatever. But they don't know. They all think that we're French, you know what I mean? Because they don't know in America. They don't know anything about geography.
Do you not think that's a good thing, though, about the UK? Is the fact that, because I don't know how it is in Bulgaria, but there are so many different dialects in the UK, like Manchester and Liverpool. Yeah, it's 30 miles between them. But Scouse is Scouse and Mank is Mank. There's a really good comedian called Liam Bolton, who, if you've not...
we invited him 3 times. He ignored us. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe. No, we need to build this thing so he can come. I invited him 3 times. He's brilliant.
Liam's great. But he used to have this bit about how Mank is basically slowed down Scouse. And when Scousers go, all right, lads, how's it going, lads? How's it going, lads? And then you got a man who's like, all right, lads. And it's just slowed down.
Yeah.
But he does this whole bit and it was fucking killer. But it's true, there's so many different dialects. Even Birmingham, you know what I mean?
It's astonishing,
It's called Bumbley and Rumbley. It comes out, look, it's raining all the time and you don't really... It's been voted the least sexiest accent.
Yeah, that sounds horrible. I'll be honest, that sounds horrible.
You don't want someone going, please,
but
absolutely. Harder, please. Yeah, that's not sexy, is it?
But you know what the thing is? I am a big connoisseur of pornography. I do enjoy it quite a lot. But
you know what, mate? If the glasses didn't say that, you know what I mean?
We're back, baby! Energy, we're back.
Yeah.
Talk about Omar for 7 minutes. No, bro. Let's talk about porn. Let's go.
Right, okay.
No, so I'm a big
connoisseur.
I love porn. Yeah, I've been jerking it since I was 14. I've been in the game.
Since you're 14?
Well, when did you start jerking it?
Before I was 14, yeah.
And what happened was, because back in the day, there was no like fast internet like now. Now it's dead easy, you know. These kids, they don't know how good they have it, you know. Back in the day, only like magazines or all that type of stuff. But
or just imagination.
oh yeah, that's horrible, that, you know. And because I have a wild imagination, I go to some fucking weird places, dude. You know what I'm saying? I recreate movies and stuff, and I was like, can I just see the woman naked? I don't want to know the storyline. I don't want to marry her in my thing, you know, so I can get laid.
Fucking hilarious. Like trying to jack off to Penelope Cruz and Captain Corelli's mandolin, but you've gone through like all the battle scenes.
Yeah,
in your mind. You're
literally.
Like, it's nearly coming. It's nearly there. Just make love to her in a field. Come on.
So what we used to do, we know it's me. I didn't used to do jerk off sessions. Have you ever had that? How fucking weird. Young boys, when I was like 12, 13, 14, how crazy is that? Did you have mates that jerked off together?
No.
Because I knew people who had jerk-in sessions, and they go and they jerk off
circles?
Together. Whatever, they go and watch the magazine or like a VHS cassette and stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, like, what the fuck's wrong with people?
No.
I've never had that as well.
I had a good relationship with my mates, but we mainly just play football. You know what I mean? There was never a time when it was like, it's 2-2, should we just have a wank? I mean, most of the time we'd either just finish the game and then we wouldn't finish each other. That was it.
So what we used to have, no porn channels, right? But in the kitchen, we used to have this massive old television with only 8 channels. And this is maybe, I don't know, 2004 or 5, I don't know, something like that, right? And he had 8 buttons for 8 channels, right? Big television. But there was one on channel number 8. There was like this German, maybe like sports channel during the day. But when 12 o'clock hit, it came on, you know, some nasty stuff.
Oh, like hardcore or soft?
No, softcore porn. But the problem was, it was one of those pay-per-view.
Sexiness or something like that? Or?
Yeah, something like that. But pay-per-view, so you have to pay. But you can see it, but it's all literally just blurry, super blurry, and you just see. And I was just jerking off to that because there was nothing else. So
just pixels.
12 o'clock, I just jerk off to a woman. She was like doing striptease and stuff, and I'm just using my imagination. But I'm next to the TV because there's no remote, you know. And I'm on my knees over there on the bed, I'm just like waiting. You know?
That's a sad image, isn't it? oh, Christ Almighty! Sorry, just the fact you said this is a massive TV, and you said you're 5'3", right?
No, that's even smaller.
You ever seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Do you know Mike TV? I've just got him. Willy Wonka being like, that kid's fucked, man.
I was even smaller back then. I was like 14. I was tiny. It's massive TV, and I'm watching the German woman all pixelated, just taking off stuff, and I'm just seeing, you know, the outlines and stuff, and I'm imagining. And there was some music, and I was like, I played the music as well because I want to get into the mood. So there's like sexy, you know, like jazz music and stuff, saxophone, you know.
Right.
And that's it. And I'm out there jerking at the 12th night, but I need to listen because I live with my family, you know. So somebody, you know, like steps in and stuff, I need to change the channel, go put the blanket on, I cover an erection, the tent is up, you know what I'm saying?
That's dedication, you know what
Bro,
I mean?
and they walk in and I just put a random channel, go down as a fucking cooking channel. It's like 1 at night on a Tuesday. They're like, why are you watching cooking channel at 1? You're 14.
Why are you so sweaty? I'm just passionate about cooking.
My family doesn't know how to use YouTube, so they don't speak a word of English, so we're good to go, baby.
That's
that's the Instagram clip right there, Jake.
I think you've got about 4 within this, I'm telling you. Yeah. That's mad.
I love how he announces the clip as it happens.
Yeah. Okay, so we almost finished. Oh my fucking God. Very quickly, how was the experience teaching kids and stuff? Were they like, because kids are fucking nightmare, innit?
Yeah, mate, crackers. But I used to work with kids that were like thrown out of school, so it was very different.
That's even fucking worse.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't want to do it forever. But yeah, it was a laugh. And I think the thing is, when you work with a kid who comes from a background that is like as bad can be, where you're like, this is you're 10 and your world is fucked, like and your perception of the world is fucked. When you see them like have this view that's like that, and then you work with them a bit and it starts getting a little bit wider and a little bit wider, it's really good because you think.
Then you punch them in the face and they bring you back. You're like, that's what you get. Life sucks, motherfucker. Listen, save this for the Patreon. He's gonna give us some spicy stories. He stabbed the kid, ladies and gentlemen. Before we go plug anything you want to plug, let's get the fuck out of here.
Plug anything I want to plug. All right, well, if you've enjoyed any of this, check out my podcast, right? I've got a podcast called The Staff Room. I don't know what camera I'm looking in. I'm going to go to this one. But yeah, check out the podcast The Staff Room. Basically, it's me reading out anonymous stories that teachers have sent me to comedian guests. It's a good laugh. Like, it's It doesn't pull any punches. If you think it's going to be like a parents' evening, I'd say leave it alone. I've got a gig that runs every Sunday in Manchester called Castlefield Comedy Club. And if you want to follow me online, it's Harry Stachini, Stachini. Harry, I think you'll be fine with that. But yeah, Stachini, Stachini, because even he fucked it up at the start. But yeah, nice one. Thank you very much.
It's so professional, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week. Let's go, baby. Woo! Bye-bye. Pew!